and I'm going to give you my 3 tips on how to catch more fish. These are Matt's 3 tips, and this is what you need to do if you want to catch fish like Matt, or just more fish. First of all, go fishing when the fish are biting. InFisherman has a great lunar calendar, and so if basically the fish bite twice a day. It's called the major and the minor. There's a major feeding and a minor feeding time, and if you get on a lunar calendar, it'll tell you when the 2 best times to fish are in the day. So most people wake up Saturday morning, have eggs and bacon, and then they decide to go fishing at 10:30. Oh, it's sunny, it's nice outside, and they show up at the lake at noon, and by then I'm leaving the lake with my limit. Sometimes noon is the prime feeding time. You just have to look at those fishing calendars, and essentially, if you want really good fishing, look and go and plan, because they'll have today's listed as a good day, tomorrow is a great day, and then Thursday is an excellent day. Plan out your fishing trips and go fishing on those excellent days at those excellent times. Those calendars and those times are sometimes accurate down to the minute. I went fishing before and got there 30 minutes beforehand, and as soon as it hit the time that it said they were going to start biting, like boom, we're catching fish, we're catching the heck out of them, and then an hour later, it's usually an hour feeding time, then all of a sudden they stopped, and I looked at the time like, man, we haven't caught a fish in like 15-20 minutes, and I looked, and like it's 15-20 minutes past the time that it said when they would feed. The best times are going to be, essentially fish, I think, feed 4 times a day, morning and evening usually, and then the 2 major and minor. So the best fishing is going to be when the major feed is in the morning. Because you get the nocturnal type of fish like catfish that are still biting. You know, catfish in the winter probably feed better in the daytime just because the water temperature has to warm up, but in the summer they're more of a nocturnal fish. Crappie are a low light feeder. They're typically going to be biting better when there's not a lot of light, so first thing in the morning and late in the evening. So if you can go fishing when major fishing lands first thing in the morning, almost all species of fish are going to be good. Trout, crappie, catfish, you name it. So look at the lunar calendar and go fishing those times. That's my first tip. My second tip is move. So even if you don't have a boat like I do, Catfish and Carp, Luke from Catfish and Carp, he'll tell you when he's catfishing, if you don't get a bite in 15 minutes, move. So if the fish aren't there, or the fish that are there aren't feeding, move. So even if you're bank fishing, give it 10 minutes, set a timer. If you don't get fish, keep moving down the bank, load up your gear, drive to another spot of the lake, keep moving around till you find the fish. If I'm not finding fish crappie fishing, you know, we just tried the bridge when it was still dark, caught 1 fish, weren't getting bites, and we moved on. So keep moving along till you find the fish, or find feeding fish. Sometimes there are fish there, they're just not feeding. So sorry guys, I got hung up and I was getting out of the brush. So yeah, number 2, whether you're bank fishing with poles or fishing on a boat, if you go to a dock and they're not biting on that dock, move. Keep moving. Move till you find the fish. Give it 10 minutes if you're not catching fish. You know, if you're fishing in a stall and you're crappie fishing and it's a big dock, like fish a stall, and if you don't get it, if you stop catching crappie, move on to the next stall. Keep moving around. If you're bank fishing, if you're, you know, boat fishing, move around. Bobber fishing even. I went bluegill fishing with Zach, my youngest son, the other day, and cast it in, didn't get a bite, gave it about a minute, reeled my bobber 3 feet, gave it a minute, and I kept moving my bobber around until finally I saw some splashing, casted my bobber over there. There was a school of bluegill, and I kept moving my bobber and walking around the pond, found where the bluegill were. We caught like 40 bluegill. They were all really small 2-3 inch bluegill typically, so you won't see that video because I don't think anyone wants to watch me catch a bunch of little tiny bluegill. We had fun, but maybe you do. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll throw videos up like that. You know, I'm afraid if I'm not putting out, you know, nice fish, like I go crappie fishing sometimes and all we catch is a bunch of 8-inch fish and I don't even put that video up, you know. So maybe you do want to see it. I don't know. But yeah, move around. So tip number 1, go fishing when the fish are biting. Lunar calendar. Tip number 2, move around. And my third tip is use your maximum amount of gear. When I go fishing, like right now I've got 1 rod, but a lot of times, like the fish aren't biting real good right now, me and Dan will load my pole up and we'll spider rig and we'll have 10 poles out, and having that extra, even when the fish aren't biting, if you do get on the fish, sometimes they're still not feeding. Same thing with catfishing. Don't go catfishing with 1 rod. Luke from Catfish and Carp, he's catching catfish, and these guides, when you go out with them, they'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 catfish rods. It's expensive, but if you want to catch more fish, you know, I catch a lot of fish because I usually go fishing with my family, and I set out 3 poles for me, and 3 for Kyle, and 3 for Blake, and 3 for Zach, and 3 for Jamie. So like, we'll go trout fishing, and I'll use salmon eggs, and I'll try to put 3 rods out for everyone, which usually I only have 9 or 12 poles that are in good enough shape to fish with. But if I could afford it, I would have 12 rods on the bank, and even when the fish don't bite, I'm going to still go home with 4 trout every time and have a meal's worth, because I'm the only one who eats trout in my house, so I don't have to worry about getting 2 for everyone and catching 8. So, you know, if you're catfishing, you know, make sure you're using, and some states are different. Here in Missouri, we're allowed 3 poles unmarked and 33 hooks. So I could actually use 33 rods total and have a hook on each one. But every rod after 3, I've got a label with my name, address, and I think my conservation number or whatever. So use as many poles as you can. I see so many people when I go out fishing, they're crappie fishing, and they'll be in a boat next to me, and I'm catching 3 times as many fish as them, and they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they're using 1 jig. So if you're gonna jig, still put some rod holders on your boat and dangle a couple of minnows off a couple other rods while you're jig fishing, and use as many rods as you can. So those are my 3 tips. Lunar calendar, go fishing when the fish are biting, move around, give yourself a 10-minute limit, and then move on. And 3, use the maximum amount of gear you can use. I know it's hard to do bass fishing, for example, but if you're gonna bass fish, you could do the same thing. You could set a couple of catfish rods, drift fishing off the back of the boat, and you know, set a bluegill off of a bobber, and as you're trolling along, you know, you might catch something off that other pole. Or if you're bank fishing a pond for bass, set a couple of catfish rods up and then walk around the pond. And even if you don't catch any bass that day, maybe you catch a nice catfish off one of those catfish rods. So hope my tips help you. We're gonna get to crappie fishing and hopefully catch some fish. All right, guys, right now we are fishing a brush pile. And so I'm using a 10-foot rod so that I can fish straight up and down. I don't want my 4-foot or my 6-foot rod for this situation. So I'm gonna fish with a 10-foot rod so I can fish. I don't wanna be swimming my bait around and get hung up in this stuff. So if I was fishing at the bank, I'd probably be using a 6-foot rod to cast further. Now, if I'm fishing on a dock, I'm gonna be using my 4-foot rod so I'm not banging into the dock. And so we're using a 10-foot rod. I'm using I don't know if you guys can see it. I like a nice large pinch sinker to get my stuff down where I want it. I don't know what size pinch sinker it is, but I'm using a good size pinch sinker, a number 2 hook, and I put my pinch sinker right on the hook. In this case, I normally like it about 6 to 8 inches away. Oh my goodness, there was a nice, I think it was a carp that just jumped over there, but it might have been a bass. It was at least a 4-pound fish. But yeah, I'm using a 8-pound test, I think, today, because I'm fishing brush. I normally like about 4-pound test, but because I'm fishing heavier structure, I want bigger lines so I'm not breaking off as often. And I'm gonna try some minnows, but I might switch over to jigs. Sometimes they bite better on one or the other, so hopefully we can get on some fish. Come on, let me get him. They're right up, tied up in this brush. Man, did I spook him. Come on, fish. Oh, there he goes, got a little peck, come on. Did I get him? Oh, I got him. It feels like a decent fish too. Oh yeah, that's what we're after. There we go. There we go, guys. Right up in the brush like I thought they'd be. Ooh, look at that. Whoa. That's what we're after. That's a nice, beautiful fish. What do you think? That's probably about a 10.5 incher. Look at the black on the back of the tail. They're starting to darken up because it's hitting fall. Like they've been really light colored fish. But look how black he's starting to get. Yeah. Oh yeah, beautiful fish. You want to lift your foot up there, buddy? I'm gonna put him in the big one, the big side live well. All right. We only need a few more of those, and I'll make a meal for you if we can get some big crappie. All right, let me get another. I like to hook my minnows to the eyeball. It's probably not the best place to hook them, but it's how I like to do it. So I don't recommend it. I think that they get stolen a lot easier off of the, and then you can cast them off, but it's faster than trying to hook them in the back or in the back of the tail. Sometimes I'll hook them through the spine and kill them. So I like to eyeball hook my minnows. Sometimes you can't hardly catch the crappie when you hook them in the eyeball. I've been out fishing and people are catching the heck out of them who are hooking them in the dorsal fin, and I had to switch over to their method. Ooh, I just got another little tap. Come on. Oh, and I got hung up in the trees. And this is why I like the 10-foot rod. Look, I'm gonna get right on my hook, and I'm gonna reel right down to the end of my jig with this big rod. I'm touching my, boom, and look at that, I got it out of there. So that's why I like this long rod in this situation, is I don't have to retie. I can reel right down to a 12-foot rod's probably even better, but you got him? You need the net? Whip him up in here. Another good fish. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hit the electric anchor and reel up. Oh, and I got snagged up. There we go, I got it out. That's what we're after. We don't even need a whole lot of fish. Look at that beautiful fish.
Come on, baby, let's do.
Yeah, another nice, probably 10.5, 11-inch fish. Not a monster, but it's not a little dink. So if we can get 10 fish like that today, we'll be in business. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a real heavy day according to the lunar chart. It wasn't a great day of fishing. It was just said good. So there we go. We got 3 crappie. Are you going to measure them up?
Yep, that's what I thought. 11 inches.
11 inches. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what that other one is. I got. He's got a nice belly on him too. I wonder what he weighs.
Feels nice and hefty.
Should I weigh him up?
Weigh him up.
I don't know how to set the set this to ounces so it shows in decimals. I'd like to have it where it shows OL. What's that mean? Is my battery low? There it goes. Yeah, he seems like a heavy fish. Yeah, 0.79. Yeah, that's one we would like for a tournament. That's a good fish. It's not a real big fish, but it's got weight to it. See that big gut on it? Yeah. 0.79 isn't a bad fish. All right, man, let's get a few more before we got to go to work. I was really hoping we'd catch them pretty heavily today. I mean, a good day is still, I mean, what is a good day of fishing exactly? You know, the lunar calendar said good. But I didn't check the times either, because the times didn't matter, because I only could go fishing right now because I had stuff to do, you know. But hopefully the good times is, the major feeding time is hopefully 8 or 9 or something, and all of a sudden the bite picks up. It's 7:27 right now. Water temperature is 75 degrees. Oop, I just got a little thump. Yeah, we'll give this brush pile another 10 minutes and then move on to, we'll just keep moving from brush pile to brush pile. We'll get the few fish out of each pile that we can get to bite. And like I said, I could definitely see probably 10 fish in that brush pile. There's a brush pile here that you're fishing in, Dan, and there's another brush pile that you can't see. There's kind of 3 brush piles right here in this spot. But the best brush pile is that one out there that you can't even see that's submerged. But I still want to not be in a rush and we could always move on and come back and hit this one again and after we're done making their mouths sore. But I'm getting some action. I mean, I'm happy to stay here, but if you want to move on, let me know. That's another nice 11-inch fish. Woo, that's what we wanted. Oh, let me set my rod down and get some footage. Another nice one. Yep, Smithville Lake's got some good crappie. Not as big as down south. I watch a lot of those down south videos, and like Crappie Cam, he's usually catching down in Georgia 12 and 13-inch fish, but he doesn't seem sad to catch 11-inch fish either, you know, but they're a little smaller up here and we're a little further north, but it's not a bad fish. Let's go get some more. Any fish is at 4?
I'll catch those all day, day.
Yeah, if we can get
Sorry, kids.
If we can get 4 more fish, you know, you got a meal, you know. I mean, obviously we're greedy fishermen. We always want to go out and catch 30 crappie, 15 a piece every time, but you know, it's peaceful, man. Nobody's out here on the lake. This is the best time of year. Once it starts to cool off, all those jet skiers and everybody leave the lake, and it's the fisherman's lake. The fish start to bite better, and I love this nice calm water. There's nobody out here. You know, even the other fishermen aren't out here. You don't have, only the hardcore fishermen are gonna be out here fishing the lake.
Got him, Matt.
Oh, you get him? Ooh, another good one.
Looks like a bass maybe swimming out.
No, that's a crappie. Get him up in here. He's just ticked off. It's a good size crappie too. That's probably the best one of the day. That one's probably close to 12, huh?
11 and a half at least, yeah.
That's another, oh, let's weigh him up. He's another fat one too. That's a,
That's pretty crappie right there.
oh, come on. Let's see what he is. Me and Dan got another nice one. He's a little smaller than that last one, 0.72. That's still a nice fish. We'll take him for the tournament. Some of them we weighed in were only like 0.62, so
It's not
going to win you a tournament, but it might get you if you get. Those are some of the bottom fish if you have that you would, you know.
Yep, just under 11.
Yep. There we go, man. You got a good meal already now. If we can double up, you'll have a really nice meal. Is that the sun over there or the moon? That's the sun. That's crazy looking. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. Another good thing about coming out nice and early like this. Oh, no,
And they go for on, and I turned it off. Yeah, that's another nice 11-inch fish.
yeah, 10 and a half anyhow. Nice one.
I'm trying to get out of this freaking brush pile. I can't even hardly record. Ooh, got a thumpy wumpy. Come on. Did I get him? Oh yeah. Oh, good fish. Oh, I just had my drag way low. It's a good fish. It's about 10 and a half.
10 and a half, yeah.
You can hop up there and try to fish in the front while I live well this guy. You can tell right where that brush pile is because of that bobber. There we go. Not a big one, but I'm happy to catch him. I'll take him. I lost a bunch of them earlier, so put a little more water in the live well. Ooh, I just got... If you can drop down into that brush real careful and then slowly pull it out of the brush, you're gonna almost get a crappie every time. If you can get, they're hiding like up in there, but then you risk snagging up. Like that's what I was doing last time. Like when the water was real calm, I was trying to drop straight down and then reel up and back out of that brush. If you can get in and out of it, as soon as you pull... What?
Got him.
You got one? Good size one too, huh? Oh, well, no, about 10 and a half. I thought it was a 12er for a second.
Come here.
Yeah, we got a decent meal. If we can get about 4 or 5 more before we gotta go, you'll have enough for you and the kids. Come on, butthead. We're flopping around.
There we go. Yeah, 10.
Yeah, better than an 8-inch fish, yeah. He's probably more like 9 and 3. There was a nice splash over there. Wow. Facing those schooling fish, so, ooh, I got him.
All right. All right, another good one.
Oh, yeah, not a bad fish. Oh, come on, quit flopping around, bro. Oh, come on, dude. Are you casting towards those schooling fish, too? That's where I caught him out of, is all that splashing.
Oh, wow. As soon as it dropped down in there, that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's a really nice one there. Look at that one. That's a 12-inch fish.
Doubling up.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to hit the aerator. Get some piece of that one.
So down, buddy.
Yeah, see? And what did I say? This is probably the prime feeding time. They really started to pick up. Just like I said, you want to go fishing when the lunar calendar says it's going to be good fishing. It said good fishing today. Imagine if we came tomorrow, if we didn't have to work, when the great fishing happens, and then the excellent fishing is Thursday. So, all right, let's get some more. Jason, it'd be way easier to lower in carefully and not get hooked up. Is it a good one? Oh yeah, get him up in here. Oh, get him up in here. Look at that, man. Look at us catching some nice 12-inch fish-ish. They're more like 11 and a half. Oh, he broke the 4-pound line. That's why you need 6-pound out here at Smithville. That's a good line to be using because you can also trout fish with it though, so that's why I like 4-pound. Look at that. Look at that fish, guys. Look at that fish. Beautiful fish. How many do you think we got in there? 12 or so at least.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
Oh, I got him.
Oh yeah.
Get up in the boat. Oh,
that's a
shoot.
nice
I smacked you in the... Yeah, I didn't want to lose him. That's probably one of the nicer ones I've got today. That one's probably 12 inches.
Nice. Hefty crappie
Let's
there.
see. Oh. I'll keep moving this back. I just hit electric anchor for a second while I put this guy up. Oh. There we go, guys. Another nice, beautiful crappie. Oh man. You would think that there's just an unlimited amount of these fish in Smithville Lake. These things, that's why I love crappie, man. They're just so plentiful. I have a hard time catching this kind of, I mean, I don't ever go out and catch this many bass. And I mean, honestly, dude, most people are happy with that if that was a bass. That's an 11-inch fish. I mean, I just feel like that's all I catch when I go bass fishing. It typically is a bunch of 12-inch fish, and when you catch a 2-pounder, it's like, oh man, amazing, you know. I mean, but I mean, I guess it's because I don't know how to bass fish, you know. Let's put him in there. All right, nice 11-inch fish. I got him.
Oh, I got one. Oh, that must have been a bass. That hit hard.
I got a little dinker.
Dang it, he knocked my minnow off, didn't he?
Oh.
Nope. It's all sideways. Yeah, dang it, I wish I would have hooked that one.
It felt like a nice one,
Yeah.
probably a bass. You want to?
Yeah, it was kicking pretty
You want
hard.
to throw him in the dink hole?
Yep.
He's still got some fillets on him.
I just missed that one.
Oh, you're going right back in. You can hand it to me. I was just here. If you want to trade off, you want to see if he'll smack it again. Here, I'll very quickly stick it back here. I didn't realize you were gonna cast straight in. I was trying to. All right, let me get. Did I get him? Was I even recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I turned it off because I was repositioning us. Awesome. Oh, come on, calm down, you flippy McFlipperson. Oh, we're gonna end up floating right into the brush pile too. I need to hit the electric anchor while I'm messing around. You mind? Well, I guess I'll just let this go. I get it. Put him in the.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you get him? I need mine. Oh, he's not a real big one. Oh well, he's a nice eating size one. Yep. Those small ones are good eating. I mean, he's a 9-incher. Yep. He might be 8 3/4.
He's gonna be 8, all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be 8, but not 3/4 of them. The whole darn fish, huh? Got him this time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, get up in the boat, man. Oof. There we go. Ooh. I just needed that fresh, lively minnow. That's a nice one too. That's a good 11-inch crappie. Oh, come on, feller. Give me your lip. Ooh, maybe I can get one more. We're running out of time. Look at him, guys. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. I love him. Ah, get in here. Ooh. Did I get this one too? That feels like a nice stout one. No, you're both fishing in the same brush.
I know.
I'm fishing over there. Yeah.
Nothing over here.
Ooh, nice one. He's beautiful, guys. We're running out of time. Put on a fresh minnow. Did it get munched up? Sometimes when they get munched on, they don't swim around as hard.
I just tossed it to me a second ago.
I'm gonna really piss you off. I'm gonna drop in right over here where you are and catch a fish. You're really gonna get angry. Ooh, watch this, guys. Here we come. Here we come. Oh, they're over there where you are. Watch.
I'll move up here where the fish actually are. Really piss you off. Like, I should have stayed in my spot. Go over there, try to. But Dan's gonna catch it.
Oh, ooh, I got him, Dan. I told you, Dan. I come up to your spot. Ooh, there's dinkers back here. Oh, now you're real ticked off. Oh, that made you angry. You were like, see, oh, you asshole. You're too deep is what was going on, I guess. Yeah, they're all over this brush pile. I can see them on the fish finder. My spot ain't no better. You're just not holding your mouth right up there or something. Put on a fresh minnow, man. We gotta leave. Whatever. I'm gonna catch another one in your spot. You're really gonna get angry. Oh, watch how mad Dan gets right now, guys. Ooh, he's gonna run back here and uppercut me. I got him. Oh, it's a good one too. Ooh, maybe not. It's a little dinker. Well, guys, we had a good time. It sucks that I gotta go to work. I'm gonna be late. I told the people I'd be there at noon, and it's 11 o'clock, and we're still out in Smithville. So I'll probably be there about 12:30. But man, we had some good times. I mean, it showed us only a good fishing day today, and we probably caught 20 crappie in like 2.5 hours or something. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to see more of my content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Oh, wait, we're gonna go home and probably count these fish up. All right, let's see what we got.
1, 2, 3. Got more small ones than I thought we had. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Man, we got way more small ones than I thought.
Yeah, I know. 15 small ones, it looks like. 14. No, 14.
14. I mean, for small ones, those really aren't bad fish. I mean, if you look, that's probably a 9.5 inch fish. How many did you say? 14?
Yeah, that's 15. 16.
You're trying to leave the biggest 2 in there, right?
Yep. All these are pretty decent ones.
Yeah, try to keep the biggest 2 or 3. Whatever ones seem smaller, compare them and then pull them out.
What was I at? 17?
Yeah.
It's 18. 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
26 fish, man. We're freaking awesome. That's more than I thought we got. I'm gonna stop recording and get some pictures for the thumbnail. All right, guys, we had a good time. We caught 26 crappie in a couple hours. Most of them over 9 inches, I think. A lot of them around 11 and 12, so 11.5 inches. So great time. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to see more of my content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.